We now have programs in health, education, human rights, community empowerment, microfinance, of course, gender justice, hygiene, sanitation, and environment. So our biggest operation is obviously in Bangladesh. We have 18 enterprises in Bangladesh. So the enterprises were basically part of the development programs, because we realized that unless we give our clients access to the market or create a market, the development work won't sustain. Because, for example, if we taught our clients to vaccinate their livestock, their chicken, so we would teach them, right, that you should vaccinate your livestock. But then what would they do with more yield? They would have to sell it to someone, right? And usually in the local market, if there's excess supply, then they would get unfair price, right, from the local vendors. So we would then connect them to the urban market or bigger markets. Or if there's no market at all, we created markets in some cases. For example, handicrafts. There was no market there before. We helped the women or in the rural villages, right, with handicrafts skills, right? So they could produce things, right? But then what would they do after they've produced it? They would need to sell it somewhere. Arum is actually our flagship enterprise. So Arum came about because the rural women, they needed to sell their products, right? After we've given them skills and microfinance, what good is it if they don't have a place to sell those? Yeah. That's how Arum came about. Similar things in the livestock sector. Have you heard of the Brac Dairy? It's also, after Arum, it's the biggest enterprise. Okay. So we would train farmers on how to vaccinate their livestock, right? But they would have healthy cows, for example. But with the extra milk, or there'll be an increase in the yield, right? So what would they do with the extra milk? They can sell it to the local vendors, but then when a lot of people in the same village start producing a lot of milk, then the vendor easily has power over them, right? They would sell or buy at a very low price. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we should have chilling centers where the farmers can come and store their milk, right? And from the chilling stations, we would process and we brought out a range of products like milk, chocolate milks, and other drinks. So we have nursery, we have silk, Brac silk for sericulture. We have solar and recycled handmade paper. So these four are grouped as the green enterprise, Brac's green enterprise, and they have a separate outlet, Kanwan. Solar is not, I wouldn't say it's less rural. I think it's, they're still experimenting with the different kinds of products to see how they can better serve the rural population. At this point, I think so they have solutions for both rural and urban, because electrification is a big problem here in Bangladesh. They want to cater to what do they call off-grid regions. But this is comparatively, very new area in Bangladesh. So the products, they're trying to come up with products that would cater to the rural population as well. Again, guess at this point maybe corporations are better able to buy the products, install the products. There's a doctor who bought solar light from Brac, and he says how because there's no electrification, and because he's a doctor, he sometimes has to operate at night, for example, and there's no light, right? And if there are any emergencies, he can't really help because there's no light. So this has helped